it is Tanya, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another speed build. Today I am back finishing one of the builds that I posted about in my Builds I Never Finished video earlier this week, I believe, or maybe it was last week. And so everyone gave their opinions, and a lot of the votes were for house 1 or 2. So today I'm back with the first house that I showed off in that video, which is a house here in Brindleton Bay. And I'm really excited to share it with you guys because I had a lot of fun building this, and it was just nice to get the inspiration to come back to it. So this ends up being a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom house coming in at around 127,000 simoleons, and it can house multiple pets. I believe there's 2 kitty litter boxes, there's food bowls, there's beds, there's cat scratchers, there's just stuff for. I don't think I put a toy box down, but I could probably add that before I put it on the gallery, or that'd be a really easy thing to add if you guys download this house. And if you'd like to download it, it is available on the Sims 4 gallery if you search Gryphi or the hashtag MsGryphi. That information is down below, as well as a direct download link to the gallery website. So the other cool thing about this house is I did include laundry. I haven't included laundry in a build in a while, and I actually, since it was a house that I imagine had quite a few kids, or a teenager and a child, and then there's a spare room, that's what one of the other bedrooms is. I imagine it's like a very busy household though, and they're doing laundry all the time. And one of the things that this family needed in a house was first and second floor laundry. So there is a laundry facility on both floors. You can a laundry room type area, or just laundry machines on both floors. You'll see that when we get to the interior of the build, which is what I did today. All of this building process I did probably a month or so ago, so I might not remember exactly what's happening on screen, but I have a pretty good idea, especially because I was, just furnishing this house and finishing landscaping and stuff. So I know what it looks like. It's just exactly when I did certain things I might be a little bit fuzzy about, but I think this house came along nicely, and I really like the shape of this house, like these types of shapes in this more I don't even know what style you would call it. They're very prevalent in New England, which is where I'm from. So I just enjoy building in Brindleton Bay in general because I think it's really pretty and makes me feel at home. So that's that. So this ends up being the garage area, and then upstairs, it's a renovated garage, so everyone parks outside, and then inside is where one of the laundry places is, and then upstairs kind of works as an attic. It has a bunch of just stuff, like the Christmas tree and the Christmas decoration box, and I just thought that was a cool place to put that, especially because then you can go click on the box and get ornaments and set all your lights and stuff around the holidays, and it has a place that it permanently lives in this home. So yeah, this is gonna be a little chimney area. I just wanted it to look kind of cute. I love adding chimneys to my builds, like fake ones more so than the real ones. I sometimes don't even add the real thing into the half wall that I create. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I think I did on this one, but I'm not entirely sure. But we're getting almost to the spot where, sort of almost to the spot where you guys saw this house last. And I did end up changing up some of the windows throughout this as I was furnishing it, when I'm like, oh, this child's bedroom doesn't have any windows. Or I really should add a window in the kitchen. It was just like a process. But we have this driveway that's made out of tiles, and then we have pathways that I drew on with terrain paint to go with that, which I thought looked pretty nice. Sometimes I like combining them, sometimes I not so much, but I thought it worked pretty well here, and so that's what we're doing now. And yeah, what are we doing? Oh, we're just extending to the back and messing around with the roofs so they wouldn't clip into the house. It took me a really long time to fiddle with that, and I actually did have a couple of issues when I was furnishing and had to go back and fix things with the roof because walls were disappearing and the color of the roofs was coming inside, and it was an interesting time, but I fixed it in the end and everything should work just fine. But anyway, I changed the roof over on this side a bunch of times, but I ended up with this one in the end, and I believe we have on the bottom floor, we have that bump out that I just added up top. I just thought it looked a little awkward up top, so we're going to be moving it downstairs shortly and putting another little fence upstairs. I love using those fences that came with cats and dogs that we're using all over the property. They just have so much personality, and I really, really do enjoy that. I love when they add things to the game that we didn't already have something similar, and I feel like this is just a fence that really stands out. But yeah, just doing some more landscaping now, using some of these tall bushes that I really, really like. And of course, lots of the plants that came with cats and dogs, since this is in Brindleton Bay. This is not a limited pack build, but it does use a lot of cats and dogs because I was trying to fit that style. So you'll probably have most of the stuff if you're cats and dogs and Parenthood, because I used the Parenthood counters in this pack, or in this build. But I have probably used most of the packs. I've been doing more limited pack builds, and hopefully I can do another one of those sometime soon. I have a bunch of things on my to-do list that I really want to build in the upcoming weeks, so we'll see if they're limited pack or not. I will try to prioritize that as well, though, because I know not everyone can get the all the packs. Also, I would like to finish the other 2 houses that I put in that video as well. I got a lot of comments asking me to finish like the first one, second one, third one, like all over the place. Obviously, I had mentioned that most of the requests were for 1 and 2, but I do really like them all, and I do think at some point I'm going to finish them all. And I do want to mention that I did see all the comments that said, why don't you just upload them all to the gallery and we'll finish them and then you can look at them in a video. So I don't know why, but like, when I originally have the intention to furnish and finish something, I'm like, no, I need to do it. Like, it's like a weird completionist thing in me. So I don't think I'm going to do that. However, I have done a challenge like that in the past where I built a shell and had you guys furnish it when I hit 10K, and then I went through a few of them in my in a video and like showed them off, and it was really, really fun. And I do want to do another one of those sometime soon, so I'm thinking in the next month or so I'll probably do that, and that'll be really, really fun because I do really enjoy seeing what everyone does with a house. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Hopefully I can find the time to put that together because it was just so much fun last time. It just kind of sucks that you can't like show off everyone's because there were so many entries, but I'm really excited to do that because it's really fun collaborating with you guys when I have the time to do so. Life's been super busy. I mention it constantly, and I'm not going to apologize this time because I've gotten so many comments that are like, don't apologize about Rudy, we love Rudy. My dog's taking up so much time, so like it's just been a little bit busier. Oh my god, cars, we're adding some decorative cars. I was so excited, but we're gonna go into the landscaping now. But speaking of Rudy, I have gotten tons of requests to do a criticism of him, and I'm considering it, so that might be coming sometime soon. Maybe with Rudy in the video too. That could be kind of fun. I wanted to like experiment with some other content as well. As much as I'm loving building, and I'm not gonna stop building. I haven't done like other types of videos in a really long time, and occasionally they might be fun to do. So I'm thinking I might create Rudy in The Sims because it would be really fun. I did that with my cat when Cats and Dogs first came out. If I remember, I'll link that Create a Sim video down below when I created my cat. He's not in the video, but I'm thinking if I create Rudy, I'm gonna put him in the video because I think it would be really fun. He's also never been in my office, so it would be like him being like, ooh, what's that microphone, can I eat it? It'll oh boy. But that might be fun, so let me know what you guys think of that. But we're still figuring out the floor plan because this section of the house, I had no idea what to do with at first. I really liked how it looked from the outside, but I was like, is it going to be a guest house, like, or a separate apartment? Like, what is going to be over there? And it ended up being a bathroom, first floor laundry, a spare bedroom for guests, and then upstairs like attic space with another bathroom. So that was that. And then up here on the main floor, or in the main house on the top floor, we have 3 bedrooms, and then that long section that I didn't cut off yet, I'm gonna cut part of that off, and there's gonna be more laundry space up there, which I think came out really cute. I tried like blocking it off with walls at first. I wasn't really sure what I was doing, and then I was like, ooh, we can use these. And then I added some of the fencing in there as well, and that ends up being laundry, and I just think it looks really, really cute in the end, so I was happy with that. But now we are going into the living room, and this house has 2 chimneys, which I thought was, or 2 fireplaces, which I thought was really nice. There's one in the living room and one in the dining room, and we used the one from Parenthood. So I feel like Parenthood and Cats and Dogs are the items I used the most in this build, but I definitely used like a lot of other stuff as well. And I tried so hard to look for a couch and not use the Cats and Dogs couches, but I ended up using the Cats and Dogs couches. They just fit so perfectly for what I'm going for in this house, and it's so hard to find something else that looks as coastal and, I don't know, New England, and I really do like them, so it was nice to use those again. And then having the TV over in the corner here, I just think it's really cozy and cute. I really, really do enjoy how this living space came out. It feels so comfortable. I feel like I could just cozy up and fall asleep petting a dog on the couch. Oh, that just sounds so nice. Oh my gosh, it's Friday. Okay. So tomorrow, Saturday, it's the weekend. I'm so excited to just like hang out. It's just been a really long week, and I'm pumped to relax and enjoy the weekend. Does anyone have any really fun plans for this weekend? I know it's the summer. I actually don't know what people do in the summer. I'm assuming going to the beach and stuff. I haven't had a summer break in years since I graduated college, so summer for me is just working. So it's not any different than the rest of the year. So I'm curious what you guys do. Do you go away? Do you have special things you do? Do you like going to amusement parks? Oh my gosh, I love amusement parks. I'm definitely like a roller coaster junkie. It's amazing. I don't know how I started talking about roller coasters in this build, but who likes roller coasters? Like, if you go to an amusement park, which rides are your favorite, or do you not like going to amusement parks? I'm very, very curious. And like, what's the tallest roller coaster you've been on, or the scariest, coolest one? Oh, I really want to go to an amusement park now. I should probably find time to do that sometime soon. That would be really, really fun. But anyway, back to the build, because this is not at all about roller coasters. Although now I'm thinking about how we had that one roller coaster with Roaring Heights. That's the one it was, right? The pack, or it wasn't a pack, it was a store content in The Sims 3. I never had that, but I was always like, that's kind of cool. Oh gosh. I would love to have like amusement parks in The Sims 4. That'd be really cool if they could do it right. But anyway, we added a little piano or a keyboard by the steps and a nice little chair over here by the bookcases so you could sit down and cozy up and read a book. And then I believe I add some tile under the fireplace here as well, because I just thought it looked nice and gave it a little bit of extra detail. And I know in the one house I ever lived in that had a fireplace that had that. So I just thought that would look nice. And yeah, I think I only showed one bathroom on camera because, that takes up a lot of footage, and this build already took a very long time to finish, or furnish, I suppose, because most of the exterior was already done before I came to it. But of course I included that footage as well. And also, I think it's really interesting that I started with the living room in this house, because I 100% of the time start with the kitchen. So I have no idea why that happened, but it was like nice and refreshing, because kitchens are my favorite. But I was giving this house kind of a small kitchen, so it was nice to start with a different room for once. And it's very, very neutral in here. I feel like the house has a lot of neutrals. The teenager bedroom is very, very bright, though. You'll see that when we get to it. But the rest of the house is fairly neutral. Well, I guess the kids' room is bright too. Not as bright, though. Like, the teenager's room is like, ow, my eyes hurt bright. Kind of, but I also really, really, really like it. I'm very happy with how that room came out, and it's a very small room. I think the teen might have a smaller room than the child, but like it's not as long and awkward as the child room, so yeah. Also, I didn't have to put a bunch of toys in the teenager's room. I think there's just a stereo as like an activity in there. But anyway, we're putting a little table in the corner in the kitchen here. I just wanted a small space for them to eat, and then there ends up being a full dining room as well. But it's nice to have just a table in the kitchen to eat at when it's just like mom and dad, or mom and mom, dad and dad, or whoever, whichever Sims you have, whether they're binary or not. And so I just wanted to put that little nice place to sit down and eat. I don't know, like in my house growing up, we didn't use our dining room to the point where we turned it into a fish room. And that sounds really weird, because my house, like the way it was structured, it was like, okay, you have 2 living rooms, a dining room space, and a kitchen, but we used one living room. That was the family room. The other living room that's in the house that's supposed to be like a formal living room was the computer room. And then the dining room was the fish room. And also our living room might as well have been the bird room, because we had 5 birds. But I don't know, like, how many people actually use their dining room? I feel like everyone that has one either doesn't use it, transforms it into something else, or when they're not using it and they only use it for like holidays and stuff, it ends up being the room where you put all the stuff on the table that you need to go through. It's like the junk room. But I could be wrong. That's just everyone I know. I'm curious about that too. I ask so many random questions, but we're using some of these really pretty leaves on the table that are from Seasons. I haven't used those in a really long time because I don't automatically go and grab them, because the main swatch on them is like the fall leaves. They're like orange and red, and I don't know, I don't just typically go for them because I forget that they have the green leaves on them. But I thought it came out pretty nice. And I also used this dresser in the entryway to the house because I just thought it looked really nice. I got a little tired of all the different side tables and end tables, or console tables, I guess is what they're called. And I thought that dresser looked really nice there. And we're just going to add a shoe rack here and a couple of paintings on the wall. And I think that's it for this little entryway. I used a lot of these cats and dogs paintings. I just think they're really pretty, and they obviously fit the coastal feel very, very well since they're intended for this pack. And then we're adding just a rug in that walkway area that's like semi-indoor, outdoor, and we end up putting a bunch of planters in there. It's a good place to do some gardening, so I quite enjoyed that space as well. But this is the bedroom, and I just told you what we're going to do in that hallway, and we haven't even gotten to it yet. But this is the master bedroom. None of the bedrooms in this house are particularly large. They just have just as much space as you need. I tried so hard not to use the blue swatch, but I used the blue swatch, although I didn't use the bright one because I don't really like it. I love this one though. I think it's so pretty, and I think that the mirrors above the bed mimic the pattern in the bedspread so well, so I really liked how they played off of each other even though they're from different packs. And then we add a base game dresser over here because they're a lot more narrow than some of the dressers we have are super deep and they take up so much space. But I really like the base game one because it's very narrow. But this is the super bright teens room, so it ends up being green and like salmon. I used these curtains for movie hangout stuff with this bed from Seasons, and then we put a like end table behind the bed and put a bunch of stuff on it, and I just think it looks so cute. I'm just really happy with this room. It's very small, but I felt like I put a decent amount of personality into it. And sometimes you're just like really happy with something small, like how it comes out, like one room comes out and you're like, yes, I love how this table looks. And that's kind of how I felt in here. There's a couple of plants, and then we're adding this little stereo up here and a couple of books and things like that. It's not too crazy complicated, but it just looks so cute and personalized, and I would have loved this room. And then I thought those posters worked perfectly with this room. Maybe I could have added a guitar in here. That would have been nice. I could see this being a teen that likes to write their own music, maybe wants to be a singer someday. Actually, people have been talking so much about all of the different packs coming to the game, and like we got Get Famous, which is kind of similar to Showtime from The Sims 3, but I wonder if we'll ever have like a singer career, like a full-on, I don't know, musician like we kind of had in The Sims 3, which there was bugs to it, and it was kind of weird because there was like fake people like, yeah, you're the best, but it was also kind of cool being a rock star or pop star or whatnot. And I think it would be kind of cool to have that, because right now you can technically get famous from anything, but the only fully interactive like fame career is the acting career. And I think it'd be cool if they added more things like that, but I could see them maybe doing that in game packs, kind of like how they add a lot of vacation worlds with game packs. Maybe they expand on some more interactive careers that are more stereotypical famous careers, or just other careers in general, because we got Get to Work, which was like interactive careers, and then Get Famous had a interactive career. I could see them adding it in game packs. That could be something interesting maybe, because I feel like there's a lot still to add to the game, and I know there's at least a few years left. And so far we know this year for game pack we're getting Realm of Magic, but I'm wondering what other game packs we could potentially get. And then other than that, for expansions where we want University, hoping for that this year in like November time. That would be perfect, right in time for the holiday season, and it would be like right after people went back to school in North America. Actually, where else do people go back to school at that time? I know some parts of the world don't. They have a different time they go back to school in the fall, or maybe it's the same time. Maybe I'm thinking about how Realm of Magic is coming out closer to the fall, but for us it's fall, but it's not fall everywhere. I think that's what I'm thinking about. But this is the upstairs laundry space. I put a kitty litter box over there, and I know I put one somewhere else as well, but I can't think of where it is. But there's a couple. Oh, it's in the bathroom up here. That's why, because it's not in my footage because I cut that out. So there's one in the bathroom and one by the laundry room. So there's 2 kitty litter boxes, so that's good. And then I was like, I don't know what to do with this space. And so I stopped recording for a minute and just stared at it because I was like, I have no idea. But I figured it out in the end, and I was like, it'd be a good idea to have more than one laundry space for a growing family. And of course, you could renovate anything to make it into different spaces, and you could totally have more Sims here. The kids' room could totally have a second bed in there. You could have twins easily in that space. And so that would be, what, 3 kids, plus you have the spare room, which you could turn into a kid's room or anyone's room. So you could technically have a lot of Sims in this house. So it's nice to have all of the laundry. And then here are those planters I mentioned a really long time ago that I added in here. And then I added some fake plants as well to just make it look a little bit more lush. But in a little while, I'll be adding the flower arranging table that came with seasons in there as well, because I thought it would be just really cute having that skill building. And I think this is the first build in a long time that I don't think I placed an easel in, which is shocking to me. But I did add a fish tank, and there's also a fish bowl in the other room. I think it was in the living room I added it maybe. But I thought, gotta have some fishies. Partially because I'm like, oh, this world is New England, and I grew up with 4 fish tanks in my house, so I just immediately associate it. So I was really excited that we got like a cute fish tank with this pack. And then this is the attic space I mentioned. So there's the Christmas tree up here, there's a woodworking bench, there's the box of decorations. We also ended up having some counters with shelves, some like certificates and a jersey, like the stuff that maybe one of the Sims in the relationship is like, you're not hanging that up in the rest of the house. So it just ends up here. So like the old TV and some juice for your Sims, some alcohol. That's what I usually call it in real life. I don't know why. I just add extra syllables to things. And then I added this little Easter gnome. I thought he was super cute. And I think that's pretty much it for the interior. We're just going to be doing some extra landscaping. I added the laundry line out back and the swing set over to the side. And then I just wanted to add some more plants as well as another car. And I couldn't decide which other car I wanted. I think we ended up with a green truck. But I thought, I mean, with this family, you needed more than one car. Granted, they're not functional. I'm still hoping we'll eventually get functional cars in The Sims. I'd like them for free, but even if they made it into a pack, I would totally splurge on that, because I just think it adds so much realism, whether it's just driving them or maybe they're fixer-uppers. There's so much you can do with it. And maybe teaching kids to drive. I know we had that in The Sims 3, and I really enjoyed teaching the teenagers to drive. It was just nice, realistic touches in a life simulator. But anyway, we are coming to the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're just going to add a last couple of things here and go into screenshots, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.